The headlines from all across the U.S. We do it every day at patspapers.com. Here's what we've got for you on this Monday morning.
Detroit makes its argument today with members of the Obama Auto Industry Task Force in Michigan this week. The Free Press is making a direct appeal. The main front page story presents individual stories from people who are in the industry and worried about their jobs. Columnist Tom Walsh, speaking to the members of that task force, says, "Sorry to be abrupt, but if you are going to help, you got to get on with it." There is more on the Michigan economy in the Detroit News, which describes a Facebook effort to get people to buy local. Neil Yaremchuk says he's got 6,000 people signed up already for his Made in Michigan updates. The Alton Telegraph has coverage of the church shooting in Illinois yesterday. A gunman walked in and shot the pastor. The story says parishioners initially mistook the attack as some sort of skit. It says Reverend Winters deflected the first of the gunman's 4 rounds with a Bible, sending a confetti-like spray of paper into the air. An Associated Press story picked up by many newspapers today, a lot of them on the front page. A wide-ranging study on American religion says more people are saying they have no religion at all. 15% of respondents said they had no religion. That's an increase from 8.2% who gave that answer in a 1990 survey. A story in the Lexington Herald-Leader says, "Scoot over Tupperware and Mary Kay." The newest trend in selling parties is really a buying party. Someone invites you over for a home party. You bring your unwanted jewelry with you. You can sell the stuff to be melted down to gold. The hostess gets a 10% cut. "Stick me on a spit. Chain me to a cactus," says writer Adam Harris of the Cedar Rapids Gazette. He says, "Just don't make me go through another divorce." He and his ex-wife decided to represent themselves in divorce court. He writes about the experience today. The story says there is a nationwide trend toward these do-it-yourself divorces. The world is falling into the first global recession since World War II. The Washington Post has that story on the front page saying the global economy will shrink for the first time since the 1940s. A World Bank report says this could turn back the clock on poverty reduction in poorer countries. Let's go to the front page of the New York Times for economic news there. A story about the stronger dollar. American investors are pulling away from foreign investments. That's leading to more investment in U.S. government bonds. This is one of the factors helping the U.S. dollar but hurting other countries. And the announcement had not been made yet at the time the paper went to press, but the Times is already putting the Obama administration's expected change to stem cell policy into perspective. The story says the thorniest issue will be avoided by the president by leaving it to Congress to decide whether tax dollars could be used for experiments on embryos. 2 teachers are headed to space. The Houston Chronicle reports the duo will perform 4 spacewalks after docking at the International Space Station. Joe Acaba and Richard Arnold are both scheduled to be on the shuttle Discovery mission on Wednesday. So maybe you can't get to space, but you can feel like an astronaut if you strap on one of those jet packs. Despite the dramatic image, it is technology that has not improved much in the past 40 years. Flights last about 30 seconds before a jetpack runs out of fuel. The headline in the Wall Street Journal is, "This is an idea whose time has never come." The fun of a treehouse, at least as I recall from my childhood, was that it was in a tree. Medical researchers in Ohio have been reviewing treehouse accidents. The Chicago Tribune report says the experts have found if treehouses were built lower to the ground and with 38-inch high protective barriers, fewer kids would get hurt. A couple of top 10 music lists that I spotted today in the Tribune. It is Bill Clinton's top 10 list, pre-installed on an iPod he donated to a charity auction. His favorites include Carly Simon, Willie Nelson, and Sarah McLachlan. And the New York Post has a top 10 on an American Idol theme. The top 10 songs recorded by Idol winners or runners-up in the past 7 seasons. Kelly Clarkson, the #1 choice for Since You've Been Gone. Clarkson is out this week with her latest album. Dancing with the Stars makes its season debut on ABC tonight. USA Today has profiles of the contenders. They range from 17-year-old gymnast Shawn Johnson to 58-year-old Apple computer founder Steve Wozniak. And at the top of the page is former NFL linebacker Lawrence Taylor. And finally, from USA Today, Major League Baseball teams have seen a 12% decline in spring training attendance. They're worried that regular season ticket sales will drop by a similar margin. The story says some teams are trying to get their lowest ticket price below the price of a movie to make sure people think of baseball as affordable entertainment.
And that's all the time we have for today. I'm Pat Kiernan. Thank you for joining me. Go to patspapers.com for links to all of these stories.